Andreeva. Number 9, Madison Keys. Number 8 is Victoria Azarenka. Number 7, Marketa Vondrousova. Number 6, Ons Jabeur. Number 5, Jessica Pegula. Number 4, Coco Gauff. Number 3, Iga Swiatek. Number 2, Aryna Sabalenka. And number 1, Elena Rybakina.
Ready? Play.
My name is Clara Towson and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
I am Francisca George and I'm a friend of the show.
Perfect.
Hi, my name is Susan Leemans and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom. Yeah.
My name is Zainab Sammaz and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Hey guys, my name is Sasha Vickery and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Hi, my name is Lloyd Harris and I'm a friend of the show.
Perfect.
Hi, my name is Jasmine Paolini and I'm a friend of the show.
Wow, Jasmine, you got it in one time.
Ready? Play.
Señoras y señores, el fisioterapeuta ha sido llamado al campo. Llamo invitado.
Senhoras e senhores, o vencedor, Thiago Monteiro. Aplausos também para Carlos Alcaraz. Desejamos melhoras e até a próxima.
His game when the big occasions come up, so he has to be one of the top favorites. I truly believe we had a podcast ourselves yesterday, which I do with Patrick Kühnen, called Mad Dog and Wingman, and we spoke about that obviously as well, the outlook. And I picked Carlos Alcaraz as the winner this year, just because he won just his first title on grass. I think he is extremely, in a way, extremely able to adapt to situations and to challenges, not just because he has the game, just because he's loving it. You know, he loves it to challenge himself. And I think he has learned a lot of players. When you look back at the French Open semifinals against Novak, his breakdown, his physical and mental breakdown, with a lot of players, you would say like, well, they would struggle with that for the next weeks and months to come. I think with Alcaraz, he has learned a huge lesson from that match, and it will never happen again to him. I think it made him even stronger and a better player. And that's why I really feel like he believes he can Wimbledon, and he wants to prove to the world that that was a one-off and it's not going to happen again. And I think if you would look at it and he would be honest, maybe he would say, like, I want to play the final against Novak and I want to prove to the people that's not going to happen again and I'm able to win this. So my pick really is Carlos Alcaraz.
I know we're coming to the end now, Michael, but I have got one more point.
Ready? Play.
Hello.
Hello.
Nice to see you again for the Alcaraz match. Last time it was
right.
The French Open final, so I don't know if it's going to be quite as good as that, but we'll see.
Yeah, it's I guess we're expecting a fairly straightforward match here for Carlos, but I know that this is Mark Lajal. I've seen a little bit of him on the Challenger Tour, and he does have a pretty nice game, but obviously this is a massive step up for him here, so it'll just be interesting to see how much he can stick in the match, I guess.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like he might either rise to the occasion or sort of sink with the pressure of being on the biggest stage of his career. I could see it being a close first set, but I think Alcaraz will run away with it after that.
Yeah, for Mark, I mean, it might come down. You need to serve well.
Yeah, I suppose the thing is, Alcaraz could be a bit nervous himself. He's obviously defending champion. He's not always the best starter of matches, so Lajal might need to just take advantage of that.
John's just asking me here if I've been to Wimbledon before. Yeah, the last time I went was before a pandemic, 2019, and I've been like 3 times.
Nice. Have you been how have you got the tickets? Because obviously there's quite a few ways to get into Wimbledon.
Yeah, I got in once with the ballot.
Yep.
And no, I've never done the queue, but the other 2 times I got lucky buying tickets online.
Oh, like the resale tickets?
Yeah, the way we did it was a few of us tried at the same time, and not the resale, it's the ones that they release a certain number online and the morning before, but I think it was, I'm not sure if they still do that, it was for the center court or court 3, but we just went for the court 3s to see if we get it, and it actually worked a couple of times, but it didn't work another time.
I've only been just in the queue.
Right.
It's a good experience. It's definitely a different way to get tickets, but I think it's worth it. It's all part of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. At the time, I did consider it, but it was a bit too much for me. But I was lucky to get in when I did get in. I mean, because when I did actually get on the ballot, I got center court tickets. But I think that was quite early on.
Yeah, I feel like with the queue, you've just got to either commit or not, because it's quite a commitment to queue. Because I think I went twice last year, so I went the and that was about 7 hours because I turned up quite late, and there was some sort of security issues, and then I camped out one night, and you just got to kind of go for it, especially with the British weather. So it actually was love 30 on Alcaraz's serve, but he has got back to 30 all.
I've just seen him hit an ace. Am I slightly ahead of you?
I think you are, but that's fine. I've been in that position a few times. So maybe it's better for you to just sort of lead the commentary, and I'll add any insight if I feel I can.
And that was a first serve from Alcaraz which was returned into the net by Lajal. So after going love 30 down, ends up being a pretty decent hold for Alcaraz. Yeah, I will say for, obviously, Lajal, he's come through qualies, so is in a bit of form, and he actually got through against James Duckworth in straight sets in that last qualifying round. So that's actually quite an impressive result. I didn't actually see the match, but we know Duckworth is good on grass.
I was surprised by that because it's not just Duckworth being good on grass. He's had a decent grass season this year as well. Like, I mean, I think he has actually got in now via a lucky loser spot, but it's a good win for Lajal.
For sure. And I mean, he hadn't, for Lajal, he won a challenger title last year. This year he hasn't been setting the world alight at the moment, but he played some of the challenges here in Asia, so
because he's still pretty young, isn't he? I think he's
20. He's 21, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, it's actually the same age, Alcaraz and Lajal, but Alcaraz is a bit of unprecedented success at that sort of age.
Yeah, especially amongst the men. So Lajal hits a good first serve down and brings it to 15 all. Bit of a dramatic day in general, in terms of withdrawals.
There's been a lot of withdrawals today.
Yeah, most notably Sabalenka.
I was going to say that's the big one. Are you surprised by that? I know she gave hints about it, but are you surprised that it's actually happened?
Well, when I listened to the press conference where she was saying that it's like quite an unusual problem, and she was quite upfront saying, although she was quite relaxed about it, saying that she wasn't sure if she was going to play. So I guess, I mean, something's just happened in practice where maybe it's got worse or something, and she's just decided. I mean, obviously, if you can't serve well, it's not going to. You're not going to do well on Wimbledon, are you? So, but it's a little bit surprising. It's also quite. I mean, before the tournament, I was originally thinking Rybakina was going to win, and then when I saw the draw, I thought, oh, I picked Sabalenka, and then of course she gets injured and pulls out. So it's just.
Well, this is the thing. I think, say a couple of weeks ago, I would have said Sabalenka was the favourite, and then she said these things about the injury, and I was like, right, I think she'll play, but I don't think she'll do what I would have expected. But so I was quite surprised when I saw that she'd pulled out. But I suppose she had kind of warned us all that it was a likely situation. Yeah,
but she's just kind of like that, though. Like, generally, she's quite relaxed in interviews. And then, so, I wasn't quite sure. I thought maybe, she might just at least play a few matches. But obviously, she hasn't decided to.
It's big for Coco Gauff as well, I think, because obviously they're in the same half.
For sure.
I'd be interested to see.
And that was a good hold there for Lajal. Alcaraz failing to return the serve. And I mean, that's always good. I mean, when you're playing against a guy that's obviously been at such a higher level than you, that you don't want to go down an early break.
No,
because you often see players just sort of disintegrate after that. But yeah, just sort of.
I mean, it wasn't. It's not the same situation because obviously Jeremy Chardy's a it was his last match last year at Wimbledon, but that match was very quick at the start. Very quick. And so that's what Lajal would want to be avoiding, because Alcaraz just came out the blocks firing last year. Do you think, obviously last year he came into Wimbledon off the back of winning Queens? This year he lost to Draper at Queens. Do you think he'll have a point to prove? Do you think in his head he thinks, I've got to prove a point?
Perhaps a little bit. I mean, definitely there's more expectation this time. Obviously, he's defending champion as well. And I don't think obviously he's got a fairly tough path, I think, to be honest. I mean, okay, I don't really expect much. I think he'll get through, at least to the quarters. But I do think it's tricky because he might have to play Tommy Paul in the quarters, and then obviously Sinner. But I do think that's a potential banana skin for him, even Tommy Paul match. So, because, obviously Paul's come into this in really good form. And yeah, I just rate how he plays, and he's coming to his peak, it seems like. And he has had a couple of victories against Alcaraz. So it's not, I don't think Alcaraz is going to be particularly looking forward to that one. But of course, he's still expected to win, but yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that is a big. Sin is always big for him, but Paul could be an obstacle before that.
But yeah. But as we've seen, even when he's maybe struggling a little bit, he does find a way to win. So
definitely. Just to note elsewhere, Tiafoe has just taken Arnaldi to a 5th set after being 2 sets down.
Right. Yeah, that was a lot of people expecting a potential upset there. I don't know if you can call it an upset, because I don't think, Tiafoe's not been too good recently. So, but I know that he had some physical issue, I think, just recently. But that'll be good for him if he can get the win.
Yeah, I think it'd almost be more surprising if he came from 2 sets down than if he lost at all.
Right. So Alcaraz taking the game there. We're still on serve at 2-1, and that was decent little piece of play there from Alcaraz. Yeah, on the men's side, do you have any thoughts on who you think is going to win the title?
I mean, by draw, when I was going through it, it was chaos. I changed my mind so many times.
Yeah,
and I find the one I find hardest to predict is Djokovic.
Yeah,
because in theory he's had surgery 3 weeks ago, and he's playing Wimbledon, to me, quite surprisingly. But at the same time, it's Djokovic at Wimbledon, and I find that really difficult to. But I decided that I couldn't commit to him going all the way.
Oh yeah,
I think my bet would be Sinner right now to win the title.
Yeah, that's what I think. Yeah, I'm picking Sinner, but I think that, yeah, for Djokovic though, I wouldn't be surprised if he makes the final. I'm not too sure how bad the knee thing is. We'll have to see, but yeah, I know that Taylor Fritz, he said that had a similar thing and was able to recover, and he said that Fritz actually recovered slightly quicker time. So I don't know how. Yeah, I'm not a doctor. I don't know exactly the specifics of the knee thing, but he's obviously Novak Djokovic. Him actually getting through this and making the final wouldn't be that surprising, really. But yeah, only because of his age that it's maybe surprising. But that was a big serve and a big forehand that goes long there from Lajal.
I suppose the good thing for Djokovic trying to get back into the swing of things is that his draw in the opening few rounds is pretty good.
Yeah, and well, that was actually in. Sorry, that was a challenge from Lajal. I did think it would look good, and I was actually ready to praise him, but then the outcall came. But 30 love to Lajal, and he's starting pretty well here. And that was a great first serve, unreturned from Alcaraz to make it 40 love. So he's looking confident. He's looking like a guy that's just, beating a guy like Duckworth in straight sets.
Yeah, he looks like he's relishing the opportunity rather than like fading.
Yeah, talking about the draw though, I'm kind of expecting what's this? Her catch though. I think that's really the only real test I see for Djokovic before that's going to come in the quarterfinals, right?
Yeah, I think that's a big test, and that's kind of. I mean, I don't know if I agree with myself, but at the time I thought, I don't know if he's going to beat her catch. But then part of me is also like, if Djokovic has made it that far, he's obviously feeling pretty good. It's really tricky.
Yeah, I wouldn't be that surprised if, I always like, when I'm doing the draw, like the picks on the, I'm always like in my head, I'm thinking where, because it never goes exactly. I mean, rarely does it go exactly as planned.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
I'm thinking, where's the upset going to come?
Yeah. But I think the fact that particularly the men's majors in recent, like this year, have been a bit it's a bit more drama, a bit more of a spectacle, because as much as the big three era has been great, there was a bit of predictability about it.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I would say is that with it being grass, I do feel like the pool of players that could win the title is smaller than, say, for example, Roland Garros.
Yeah, that's true. Well, that was an error there. Sorry, I'm just Alcaraz, another forehand error that gives it love 30. So Lajal maybe have a little half chance here.
Uncharacteristic.
But as we have seen, though, I mean, Alcaraz has these sort of little moments, but then he finds his groove, right? And yeah, that was better. Eventually finishing with the winner on the forehand.
Yeah, this is bad, but I think sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, it's partly because of the nature. I mean, he's definitely, he's always looking to attack. He's always looking to go for the winners, and so it's inevitable you're going to have some errors, but he sticks with it, and he, and then eventually hits an incredible run of form.
That's the thing.
But which, yeah, you have to respect it, because just to sort of keep backing himself the whole time. But now we've got 15-40 here. Oh, that was... I mean, that was a great slice from Lajal that came down over the net, but an amazing half volley from Alcaraz to finish it off.
Yeah, that's just, it's crazy how he goes from one extreme to the other because he's missing pretty comfortable shots and then just shots like that. It's just unbelievable, especially in a fairly pressure moment early on.
What was a chance here? Oh, and yeah, Lajal steps in with a forehand, and Alcaraz cannot return it, and it's an early break for Mark Lajal. Well.
I suppose the big test now is, can he hold off Alcaraz to actually like solidify that break?
Yeah, I mean it's still early, and I don't really think Alcaraz hasn't really got going yet. So, but then maybe neither has Lajal. So we'll see how this goes. Other results elsewhere, we've got Zhang up 2-0 against Maxime Janvier. That's 7-6, 6-3. So it's the first tournament for Zhang as a seed. So good for him to, first, slam as a seed. Yeah. And it seems like Berrettini's up a break in the second set, so he's going well.
I suppose that's an interesting potential match in the second round between Berrettini and Sinner. Two Italians. Obviously, one's reached the Wimbledon final before, the other's the number one.
Yeah, and I do think if Sinner, if Berrettini does get through and Sinner plays him, then I'm expecting Sinner to play, to win. But yeah, it's just not necessarily a match that he wants to play, because I mean, if Berrettini has a really good serving performance, there's only so much you can do, even if you're Jannik Sinner. But I'm not really sure that Berrettini's quite, he's not at that level that he was in years gone past. So
no, I think it can argue both ways, because in some ways it's pretty good for Sinner to get an early test, but at the same time, he's still probably not into the full swing of the tournament, so it's tricky. Could catch him off guard.
Yeah, and of course, but he might put in a really good performance. Berrettini. So the pressure's sort of off a bit. Okay, so it's love 30 here. So perhaps a chance for Alcaraz to break back. He's going to get a look at a second serve. And that was a let, so waiting for Lajal to serve again. Oh, and it was a good return, though, from Alcaraz, and Lajal couldn't get to it. So 3 break points for Alcaraz, so an instant response. It's a let again, another first serve for Lajal. That was a good first serve. It's returned. Lajal plays a forehand. Another forehand from Alcaraz. And Lajal sends his forehand long. So straight break back for Alcaraz.
Wasn't the best game from Lajal, particularly that second point. He looked probably the first sign of nerves, I would say.
Yeah. The first 2 points weren't great, right?
I think sometimes when you actually, you might have been a bit like, oh, I'm ahead now. I mean, I know they're professional players, but they are human at the end of the day, and this is a massive occasion for Lajal.
I don't know what stream you've got up, but I'm listening to. I could just heard a bit of commentary there. Is that Nick Kyrgios on the commentary?
So I haven't got the volume on, but I know he is doing commentary for I think 2 different.
Was it sounded like an Australian anyway?
Platforms. Yeah, he's definitely doing commentary, so it probably is.
Well, he's got to do something because he's not playing tennis, is he?
I was going to say, it feels like an age since he reached the final, and it was actually only 2 years ago.
Yeah, but he's hardly played anything since then, right? He
played 1 match last year and didn't play much.
Terry saying his Nick on commentary. Yeah, I think Yeah, it's the same as the BBC commentary, I think.
Yeah.
Got a comment here that Thompson's fighting back. Okay.
Yeah, because I was surprised that.
He
was
down 2 sets, right?
Yeah, and it's now break point in the 4th set for Thompson because he won the 3rd.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I picked Thompson to win that match in my bracket because.
Me too.
Yeah,
I feel like he's a pretty steady grass quarter.
I've got a comment here. Eddie, do you watch much of the challenge outside of the Asian ones you attended? Yeah, I've watched the other challengers in this grass season. Yeah, I've been kind of focused on those ones. They were mostly in England, right? Yeah, they were all in England, right? And we're going forehand to forehand there between Lajal and Alcaraz, but then Alcaraz finishes off with a big forehand winner.
That's like 8 points in a row since getting broken.
Yes, I think so.
Tennis is tough. That's all I'm going to say. Tennis is tough.
I think, Alcaraz is just, he's clicking into gear now. So, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if this is a break here.
No, neither.
And then he's going to serve out the match. That's right. So we're saying it was good to see Glasgow having a challenger this year. That's right. That was the one. That was a small one though. It was like a 50 pointer, and then that's where the young lad from Scotland won the main draw match. He's Charlie Robertson, 17-year-old. I think he's playing the Wimbledon juniors this year.
Nice.
So
I have heard that name before.
Yeah. So although Andy Murray's retiring, there's a couple of young Scottish guys coming through. So I'm not sure they're going to be anywhere near as good. But
it's a tough act to follow. Do you think Murray's going to play singles? I think doubles. Well, do you think he's going to play at all? Or singles?
I just saw Stuart Fraser tweeted that Andy Murray was finished his practice session leading 6-3-2 love over Kyle Edmund, and the movement looked good. He said so. His instinct is that he thinks he's going to play singles tomorrow, but that's just what he thinks. But we'll just have to wait and see. But I mean, I suppose that's kind of positive that I know that Kyle Edmund has been out for a while, but or rather, he's not been playing at high level for a while. So Alcaraz has love 30 here. So serve from Lajal, but that was a good serve out wide, and he does get on the board in this game. So it's 15-30. Kian says, I hope Edinburgh will soon have with such a big city. Well, it's the player who won Nottingham Challenger, Jacob Fernley, is from, I think he's from Edinburgh or near Edinburgh. So maybe they can have one and he can play there. And that was a good point again there from Lajal. So we're back at 30-all. We might not get the break then that I was predicting. First serve goes out from Lajal, so let's see if Alcaraz can get a good return in here. Oh, it was down the middle from Lajal, and it was a wild return. But it was, right into the body for Alcaraz, so 104 miles an hour second serve from Lajal. I don't know what that is in kilometers, but it's pretty big second serve. A good first serve and a forehand from Lajal. Chip return, and a little cute drop shot to finish off at the net from Lajal. So he's hanging in here. It's 4-all.
Yeah, I had to look at how much it was in kilometers per hour because I was interested. It's 167, so pretty quick. I just saw that Berrettini is now 2 sets to love up over Martin Fucsovic.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, I'd expect him to get through that now. I see Zhang's also up a break in the third set. It's good for him to get through that if he can in straight sets. He had a little bit of a scare in the first set because it was very close, but Nakashima's about to serve for the second set against Baez. Don't think that's a particularly surprising result.
A couple of Brits in action as well. You've got Broom against Wawrinka. Broom lost the first set, but up a break in the second.
Mm-hmm. Charles Broom, yeah, he did. Yeah, played a few of the challengers, and he got to the final. That's right, in Nottingham, didn't he?
Yeah, lost to Fernley.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and a nice get there from Lajal, reaching for it, and passes Alcaraz. Yeah, it was a pretty big run from Broom because he came from qualies all the way to the final, and so did Fernley. He came from qualies.
Yeah, didn't he beat Dan Evans?
Yeah, he beat Dan Evans and he beat Lloyd Harris and he beat Billy Harris, who's obviously been in good form recently. So it's pretty good wins, really.
Because I don't think he was initially given a major wildcard, but I think he got one of the last ones.
That's a decent return from Lajal. Oh, backhand goes wide from Alcaraz. That's a little bit surprising because one of the shots Lajal hit short, and I thought that was when Alcaraz was going to take control, but no, it's 30 all here. Alcaraz not quite at his best here, I would say. First serve from Alcaraz, that was an ace. It was called out, but quickly corrected. And this is a very good first serve from Alcaraz to close it out. So 4-3. So yeah, now it's a real test for Lajal, because obviously Alcaraz breaks here, he's won the set, so definitely going to be pressure for him.
Yes, definitely. But it's definitely not been the strongest of performances from Alcaraz by his standards, and I think Lajal's coping with the situation pretty well.
Yeah, but of course, I mean, at this stage, it's just about getting through. Maybe wanting to peak, you know, hit his good form in the later stages. But yeah, you'll definitely be wanting to hope that the if he does win this set, Alcaraz, that, you know, the next few are a bit more straightforward.
Definitely.
And some of the other scores we've got. Yeah, Ferry's up a break against Altmaier, Arthur Ferry.
There was a medical timeout there, but like mid-game, so I'm unsure as to who or what that was about.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, because both Muller and Gaston and Altmaier and Ferry had medic next to them. Muller and Gaston still does have medic, but that is a change of ends. Time will tell, I suppose. Monfils is a setup, but a breakdown to Mannarino.
Yep, and the backhand drop shot just dropping short into the net from Alcaraz. So well, I mean, the people on centre court will be fairly happy, I suppose. It's not, they're getting some tennis.
Yeah.
So far. Backhand from Alcaraz that goes deep, but yeah, it was very deep, so Lajal couldn't get that one. So it's 15 all. That was a good serve and a chip return from, oh, and then yeah, Lajal came into the net, but he eventually loses a point, so it's 15-30.
Big pressure now.
First serve from Lajal was very good. Alcaraz returning it, but it goes out. Yeah, he's got good serve, Lajal, and just confirmation there. He's winning half the points when he does get the first serve in. So
you can see why he came through qualifying. You can see that his game is suitable to grass.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got decent serve and he's got good ground strokes, but forehand especially. Oh, that was a nice point, but Alcaraz comes out on top, finishing it off with the smash. Yeah, that forehand up the line, too good. That allows him to come in and finish it off there. So yeah, we're at deuce. So yeah, we're starting to see Alcaraz step it up a bit. Let's see if he can. Oh, that was a good serve though, but it is returned. Backhand from Alcaraz. Oh. This is surely the longest rally of the match so far. Oh, and it's finished off with an error on the forehand from Alcaraz into the net, and there's a big scream from Lajal. Yes, he screams. Oh, I mean, Lajal's more than holding his own here. This is pretty impressive.
It's not really the sort of point you don't expect Alcaraz to hit an error like that on. I feel like, maybe that's my opinion, but I feel like the longer the point he goes on, I would expect Alcaraz to take control.
For sure, for sure. And a unreturned first serve again, so that's great hold from Lajal, and yeah, he screams with delight. Wow, so this this looking like it's going to go to a tiebreak.
Hi, Jake, in the chat.
Good first serve from Alcaraz, Jake. Alcaraz hitting the...
Easily done.
That was down the middle. Oh, it was the first serve also down the tee, but there was a let. He goes out wide this time. Oh, wow. Overhead on the backhand side. Really difficult shot to make, and Lajal wins the point. Nice. He's got a bit of athleticism as well here.
Yeah, I've just seen this. It's pretty good. And he's using the crowd now to jeer him on.
First serve, oh, it goes out. Second serve it will be then for Alcaraz at 15-0. Lajal makes it. But Alcaraz goes back in behind him with his forehand and wins the point. So, and it does feel like, to me, it's going to go to a tiebreak, but in a tiebreak, you definitely favour Alcaraz. He's won so many of them.
Yeah, I think he'll kind of sort of lock in, because I think he's played okay, but I don't think he just doesn't seem like himself fully yet.
And that was a good point. Again, finished off with a forehand winner from Alcaraz. So,
but at the same time, I don't think it's all about Alcaraz. I think Lajal should be given a lot of credit for how he's come out and played.
yeah, it's just a question if he can sustain it.
Yeah, that's what concerns me, because I did kind of think it might be a close first set, but it's whether Alcaraz may run away with it if he takes it.
Return, little drop shot, but Lajal can't make it. So, yeah, Alcaraz holds and
pressure back on Lajal.
Obviously, yeah, this is obviously key. You know, if Lajal's, I mean, got any chance of winning this match, he's going to have to take this first set for sure. But
yeah, I feel like it kind of got over my head that Medvedev was playing Kovacevic right now, but he is now 2 sets to live up.
yeah, so I'm trying to remember now who's in Medvedev's section. So he might play, because I'm trying to remember who I've got him losing to. So yeah, he lost, didn't he? Actually, into in Halle, he lost to Zhang.
Yeah,
and he was very angry after that match.
Well, he could actually play Zhang.
That's right.
He's also got Struff in his section.
That's right. That's right. Okay.
And two probably the biggest threats are Leon. Well, it'll be either or really. If Zhang goes on to win today.
Good start there with an ace from Lajal down the tee. That's right. So yeah, I mean, yeah, Grigor Dimitrov, that's difficult. Yeah, for Medvedev, I'm talking about. Yeah, another ace there out wide, this time from Lajal. So no sign of nerves here. And another ace. Also down the middle. I always really like in Wimbledon how we can just see like the chalk fly up. It's just a nice confirmation that it's hit the line. Wow, that was great. Lajal goes back him in behind Alcaraz to get that passing winner. So we go into a tiebreak. Should just say that Marton Fucsovics is up a break in that third set against Berrettini. So it's not going that straightforward for Berrettini.
And Tiafoe, I don't know if that's already been mentioned, but Tiafoe did come from 2 sets down to beat Arnaldi in 5.
Wow. I think I did actually pick Tiafoe in my bracket, so
that's good
for me.
I was very unsure.
Yeah.
An important win for Tiafoe.
Second serve is returned by Lajal, playing the backhand. And Alcaraz hits a forehand wide that really, I mean, that was quite poor. Definitely a shot. I mean, definitely a kind of mistake that he shouldn't be making. So Lajal with an early mini break here. But that was an instant response there from Alcaraz. He returned well and quickly took control in the point, and then ended up finishing off with a cross-court forehand. And yeah, we'll see if. So first serve from Lajal goes down the middle. It's a great first serve, and it goes out from Alcaraz. So yeah, still looking okay. Lajal doesn't look like we're seeing nerves here. Yeah, first serve was unreturned or hit out by Lajal, so it's 2-2. If Lajal was to actually take this set. And no, Alcaraz takes it 3-2, so I'm not sure if. I mean, it's obviously not ideal for Alcaraz, but in some respects, like you said, like it's not like for him to actually get like a good workout here can actually help you a little bit.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I don't think Alcaraz thinks he's going to lose this. I don't think one part of him thinks he will lose this. I think he's probably played it his B, maybe C game with respect to Lajal, who's playing really well himself. But there's a few levels Alcaraz could go up now.
That was a great point played by Lajal there, that he comes out on top again. It was the kind of point, that you would expect Alcaraz to win. So
this is it. I feel like we keep expecting Lajal to go away, and he's not.
No, he's doing really well. You have to,
because it's been when Alcaraz got the break back. I think we kind of both expected him to just Alcaraz to take the set quite comfortably, but Lajal's really stayed strong.
I think he's really enjoying this as well. Obviously that's.
I think that's the thing. Some players don't end up enjoying these big moments in their careers because they're just so nervous and so tense the whole time. But he seems to just be relishing it.
Well, that finished though with an error there. I think though that was a little sign of him getting a little bit maybe carried away in the moment there, because I felt like that was quite a loose forehand. But then, yeah, it was quite deep there from Alcaraz. So yeah, this is maybe the chance for Alcaraz to take control. Excellent first serve out wide, unreturned by Lajal. So we're at 5-3. Good first serve from Alcaraz. It is returned, but then finished off easily by Alcaraz with the forehand. So got 3 set points here now for Alcaraz, 6-3. And well, for Lajal, he's just going to have to hope that he can bang down a couple of really good first serves here and create a little bit of pressure for Alcaraz. But yeah, it's easier said than done. First serve goes just slightly wide from Lajal, so Alcaraz will get a look at a second serve. Oh, and it's a double fault into the net from Lajal. So finally a little bit of yeah. Well, he made a good effort of it, but just not quite enough when it mattered. So yeah,
it's a shame this had to end that way because he did play really well in that first set, and he's kind of got the pressure straight back on him because he's got to serve first in the second set and keep himself ticking on the scoreboard.
Yeah, but we've got another 2 break points here for Fucsovics, isn't it? Or is he going to take it? Yeah, Marton Fucsovics against Berrettini.
Another match that's going to 5 sets is Kotov and Thompson. Kotov was 2 sets up, but Thompson has fought back.
Yeah, I'm glad I've not got any bets on. You'd be
I mean, I think Charles Broome was 5-2 up in the second set on Wawrinka. It's now 6-5 Wawrinka serving for the second set. So it's been a bit of a turnaround of that second there.
Yeah, it'll be good for Wawrinka. He can get a win here. Is it Maitland that he's still, plugging away here at the age of 39?
Yeah, it doesn't really seem to want to stop either because from the quotes I've seen him make in recent months.
Yeah. Yeah, and Zhang's finally won, hasn't he? One takes that third set 6-2. A good win for him. And his first tournament as a seed at a slam.
In the women's draw, we've got Kazakhstan has continued her run from Eastbourne to beat Zhang Shui, who I judge think what her losing streak is now in singles.
Is it? It's over 20 now, isn't it?
I think so. I don't know if she's played as much singles recently, but I think it dates back quite a long way. I'll have a look.
Yeah. Because I just lost count. I just, at some point, you just think it's a lot.
Yes.
But yeah, I just saw there Kasatkina was giving Zhang a hug at the net there after she won.
So it dates back to February 2023.
Another extended rally there that Lajal comes out on top in. Yeah, he's getting good pace and depth in his ground strokes to allows him to hang in. But it's just interesting if you could see if he can still keep this competitive, because
yes,
I'm obviously quite disappointed with how that first set ended, but it's a little bit windy out there, isn't it? Or is that?
it does seem slightly. It's hard to.
But yeah, I mean,
I am kind of looking at Lajal's hair to try and gauge
his hair. I mean, I've seen his shirt sort of like blowing around, so that's what I was looking at. But I don't think it's exceptionally windy, but not like it was in Eastbourne.
No, that was.
Yeah, that was a really nice point there. Again, played from Lajal, going out wide on inside out on the forehand, allowing himself to come in to net and finish it off. He's still showing that he's confident in his shots, executing well. Oh, that was a really nice passing shot there from Alcaraz, though. Forehand up the line. There's a little drop shot with a backhand drop shot that forced Lajal inside or towards the net, and then finished off by Alcaraz. So really nice. And the first break point of this set. But it's a big first serve, and it's unreturned from Alcaraz, so we're on to deuce. Yeah, doing pretty well still. That was the big news today was also that Alexandrova withdrawing, 22nd seed, who was supposed to play Emma Raducanu.
I think after this match on centre court, I believe. But it's now Raducanu is now playing lucky loser Zarazua, which I'm sure there'll be some relief about.
Yeah. But if whoever wins that match, do they have to play? Is it Hibino and Mertens? Is that right?
Yeah, which is currently a set apiece.
A set apiece, yeah.
Mertens has just won the second.
Yeah.
I feel like just looking at Raducanu's draw, I think it's not easy, but it's workable. It's even more workable now. Alexandrova's out of the way.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that was obviously going to be potentially a really tough match. I thought it's maybe one that Raducanu could win, but yeah, Alexandrova's a very good player, and she'll play well in these conditions. But yeah, the only thing is that maybe Raducanu doesn't maybe know much about this opponent now, so she's just going to have to. She was probably preparing quite a lot for playing Alexandrova, but yeah.
I don't really know how much experience Zarazua has got on grass. I'd imagine limited, but if I just have a quick look.
So Lajal holds on anyway to take the first game of the second set. And it was a good return on the second serve from Alcaraz, and Alcaraz makes the error. So first point of the second game to Lajal. It was a good first serve, and then Alcaraz played the drop shot that just went short into the net again. Another player who got a good victory today against Jarry, that was Denis Shapovalov, who got in with his protected ranking. There's obviously a player.
Go on, sorry.
Yeah, just obviously a player that absolutely can play well. You know, at Wimbledon, he's done it in the past. What were you going to say?
Yeah, I feel like his draw is. I feel like Jarry is one of the better seeds for him to come up against on grass, at least. So I think he might have a chance to make a decent run here. I believe he made fourth round last year as well, so he actually can't gain many ranking points. Well, he's unlikely to gain many ranking points, I would think. But
another little error there from Alcaraz at the net, so Lajal does have a break point. Yeah, I mean, Shapovalov, he might have to play in the third round Shelton or Harris as well. I mean, I don't think that's easy on, you know, and then Sinner in the fourth round. So
yeah,
you don't see him getting past the fourth round really. But
no, I'd probably say how form Harris is maybe the more likely. But it's tricky to say.
Yeah, I'm not really sure I fancy Shelton to get through because I just don't think he's adjusted or he's not. Yeah. There's another good long rally here that Lajal's hanging in. There's a forehand that's well played from Alcaraz, so forcing the error from Lajal. So finally Alcaraz comes out in one of those extended rallies. Yeah. That was a 17-shot rally to bring it to deuce. Double fault from Alcaraz, so another break point for Lajal. Still not looking very comfortable, Alcaraz, but I was bigging up Lloyd Harris's chances there, but he's down a break against Alex Mickelson, who is serving now for the first set.
I actually think I had Harris coming out of that section to play Sinner, so it's not doing much for my predictions either.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Mickelson, though, obviously could be tough. Well, a forehand error there from Alcaraz means that Lajal gets a break and he roars in delight again.
It's really not going how I was expected. And obviously, Lajal's got the first break in both sets now.
Yeah.
Like, I still fully expect Alcaraz to come through this, but it's definitely not as straightforward as I was expecting it to be.
Yeah, well, it's just sort of the problem is it's I know he had a half decent run in Queens, but he got to when he lost to Draper, he lost in the quarters, right?
Yeah,
the quarterfinals. So.
Yeah.
So yeah, but the grass season's so short, right? I mean, I think sometimes it can just take you a bit of time to sort of find your feet on you know, there's one thing's practicing and then but actually playing a match, but I just feel like, yeah, it's about getting through these few matches, but we've got a love 30 here, so Alcaraz might respond with an immediate break.
And the thing is, with Grand Slams as well, no one plays their best tennis for every match in the 7 matches if they do want to win the title. So it's better to have your bad performances early on.
Yeah, and there's
less
quite
performances.
For sure. Like quite often, you've had players win slams and they've come through like a really difficult, maybe like a 5-setter that they haven't, against a player that maybe they'd just be expected to beat, and then they come through eventually and they end up winning the title. So yeah, it's all about getting through to that second week, and then that's when he has to find his best tennis.
Viksovic has taken the third against Berrettini, so it's now 2-1 up Berrettini.
Yeah, and then that's an immediate break to love from Alcaraz, so he'll be happy with that.
It's the same as the first set as well. He broke straight to love.
Mm-hmm. That's right. So, I mean, another thing, Lajal's from Estonia, right?
Yes.
Which is obviously a very small nation. But they've had a couple of tennis players.
That's because they've had more players on the women's side.
Yeah, right. But like Kanepi, and then,
Conservate.
Right. But that's, still quite a lot for a small nation like that. So,
Yeah, I do enjoy to see a few different nations coming in. And I think Lajal's definitely got potential to be top 100 in this year, maybe even this year. If he can keep fit and keep string his results together, who knows? And our producers just said it's actually only the second Estonian to play Wimbledon's men's singles in history. So it's a big day for Estonia.
But who was the first?
That's a good question. Very good question.
I'm trying to. You can look it up, I guess, but
it's quite a niche search.
Yeah.
Maybe this one. I think I'm down in an Estonian news site.
Yeah, so Arthur Ferry, he took the first set and is up a break, but now is going to face 3 break points in the second set.
It's from one Brit to another Brit. Charles Broome's having a bit of a tough scene because he was 5-2 up in the second set and has since lost, I believe, 8 games in a row. So he's now 3-love down and facing a straight sets defeat in the.
Lajal, I was just going to say Lajal just lost that point, but I'm just liking how he's hanging in there in these rallies in terms of like his inventiveness, his sort of craftiness. It's good to see.
It doesn't feel like he is too disheartened from losing the first set. I'm sure he's not pleased, but he's sort of just continued as he was in the first.
Yeah, he's continuing, just trying to. Seems like he's playing pretty freely and still enjoying it. So,
I mean, I think this is complete coincidence, but it's just strange how in the first set, Lajal got the break and then lost 8 points in a row, and then it's done the same in the second set as well.
It's a good first serve. Ooh, and the forehand goes into the top of the net, but it still lands in. So a bit of luck there for Lajal, but yeah, another good first serve. So up 30 love. Thompson's up a break in the fifth set, and potentially about to go up a double break. So he's almost doing the comeback from 2 sets down.
That'd be the second, I think. Just him and Tiaf so far to do that.
Right.
If he does go on to complete it.
Another good first serve there, unreturned. So I think, he's still serving well. See, it seems like he's still going to be keeping this close, based on what I've seen. And that was an ace down the tee, so
some more. Go on, sorry.
Sorry, you said Nakashima has just got a match point here, so looks like he's going to go through in straight sets, 6-2, 6-3.
Yeah, Medvedev's serving for the match against Kovacevic, so 2 matches look like they're coming to a conclusion. Just to say that our producer has given more information on Lajal. His father, Mark, was apparently a motocross rider. His grandfather was a rally driver, so he's actually got a lot of more.
Yeah, that's right. It's on his Wikipedia. And actually, was it Wikipedia? No, I actually read an article. It was on the ATP website about Lajal, and it did talk about this, but also like he was essentially brought up within this driving family, so he was kind of expected. He obviously did a lot of driving when he was young. He could possibly have become a racing driver, but he decided to choose tennis at some point in his teens, and seems like his parents backed him, and obviously it's turned out to be a good choice.
Yes, it's quite a different sport, isn't it, tennis, from any sort of racing?
Yeah, but also one that requires a lot of skill.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, I suppose the similarity is it's just that like competitive nature that has obviously been in him from a child.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, we often hear that about athletes, that they come from families which maybe they didn't play the same sport, but they were some sort of professional sports people. Who else was it I was thinking of?
Well, I know Senna grew up skiing quite a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was a champion skier when he was young, as a kid.
Yeah, just some concerning news in the comments from Matthew. Berrettini has got some sort of back issue. Service speed's dropped in the third set, and he's now having a medical timeout.
I can see that he's on the ground getting his back rubbed, or massaged.
I mean, he's had so many injury struggles over the last few years, so it's never a good sign with him.
Another hole to love from Alcaraz. So yeah, well, and my feeling though at the moment is that although this is close and Lyle's keeping it close and playing pretty well, I feel like the opportunity is going to come for Alcaraz at some point, and I expect him to close out this set as well.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's just strange how Lajal goes from getting the break, then getting broken to love, then holding to love. And then the serve seems to just take precedent once again. So it's been a strange match in some ways.
Oh. Another bit of cat and mouse, and Lajal comes out on top. He had to chase that ball, but spun around and he hit it hard to Alcaraz, who was at the net, but Alcaraz not able to control it, and it goes out. He did well, Lajal, for sure.
And Medvedev has just advanced to the second round, the highest seed so far to do so.
Bit of a disastrous first set going by the scoreline for Zizou Bergs, who's down 5-1 against Arthur Cazot. I didn't see that coming.
No, me neither.
Probably going to be 6-1 here, so good start though for Hugo Humbert.
Yeah, both Frenchmen looking like they're going to win 6-1 the first set.
Oh, another nice serve and 1-2 with the forehand from Lajal. So that winner gives him 40 love, 3 game points. He's just... Yeah, and another return goes long, so another hole to love. Hugo Humbert's got a set point. Oh, but it goes to deuce, so Shevchenko hangs on. But Arthur Cazot does take the first set 6-1 against Zizou Bergs.
And just as we thought Thompson was going to clinch the match in the fifth set, he's actually now love 40 down with Kotov looking to get... Well, he actually has just got one of the breaks back, so it's now just one break between the two.
Yeah, the other interesting match in the first round for the men's side is Jakub Menšik against Alexander Bublik.
Yes.
Although I think I picked Bublik to win that, though.
Me too.
But it potentially could be a good match. Yeah, just I feel like Bublik obviously is naturally good on the surface. He didn't have a great result last time in Eastbourne, but he was just playing some of the exhibitions, wasn't he?
Yeah, yeah.
He said he's feeling okay physically now, so we'll see how it does.
He's very unpredictable, Bublik, and some weeks he can be almost unstoppable.
Yeah, if he's in the mood, though, yeah, he can be exceptionally good, but
if he's not, he can be erratic at best.
Yeah. Although I feel like he's maybe got a bit better.
Yeah, I do as well. I feel like week by week he's definitely racking up a more consistent level of points.
Yeah, good first serve there again, unreturned to make it 40 love. Yeah, they're both doing well on serve at the moment. We could actually end up going to another tie break.
Yeah.
Decent return from... Oh. Yeah, the net cord maybe giving Lyle a bit of fortune there, but he finishes it off with a nice drop shot eventually. But you feel like, based on this though, Lyle has the ability to maybe go quite a bit further up the rankings, but we'll see. He needs to do it, I guess, on a more consistent basis. But
well, this is it. It's easier, not easier, but I suppose there's more incentive to rise to this level on an occasion like this. But week in, week out on the Challenger Tour, got to.
Yeah, just the one title for him on the Challenger Tour, but yeah, you've got to just keep. Obviously, I mean, he's had a good qualifying campaign. Yeah, you've got to do it week in, week out.
But he's still very young, and I can't see if he plays like this, but one day he won't be in the top 100.
Yeah, for sure. I can see that, like top 100, yeah. But
I believe
potentially further.
He's outside the top 200, I think, at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, I mean, his ranking was quite a bit higher than that, wasn't it, at one point? Was it?
I think he was inside the top 200.
Yeah.
I think it's dropped a bit since.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, he was 191. That's his max. Yeah, but... Yeah, that was a good point there from Alcaraz.
A producer with some more Mark Lyle facts. He's actually never won a Grand Slam qualifying match before this week. So
right.
It's come through 3, and obviously Wimbledon qualifying, the men have to play the third qualifying match of best of 5, so it's pretty decent. Especially as we've already mentioned, it was against a solid grass quarter and James Duckworth.
Yeah, I mean, for the young guys coming through, it's they can't all be like Alcaraz, and
this is it.
Sometimes takes a bit of time to find their feet. And okay, this is the second serve now for Lyle. There's potentially a chance for Alcaraz, but the return isn't that good. And yeah, Lyle finishes really nice forehand cross court, so he's still playing pretty well. And you know, like, he has played well. I mean, in terms of like, we've not seen too many like wild errors or anything like that. I mean, there's been a few, but for the most part, he's been. Oh, that was a good shot there, Alcaraz hitting the winner onto the line. So we're back at deuce.
mean, not only is this like such a huge day for him in terms of experience, but it's also big for like financial, because players at that ranking, it's not always.
He just slipped there, Lyle, but he looked a bit nasty, but he gets up quickly. It's okay, I think. Oh, he's got a little ankle support as well on his left leg, so thankfully he's okay.
Yeah, I've just seen it. It did look a bit, but I think it was just the grass being the grass.
Yeah.
I think it's just.
Yeah. Good serve, but Alcaraz gets it back, and Lyle finishes off again with forehand winner. It would be impressive if he's able to hold on here, because I was getting the feeling that Alcaraz was going to be able to break, but when you can hit a first serve like that, he does it again down the tee, unreturned from Alcaraz, so yeah. Commentator just confirming there that he's had more unreturned serves than Alcaraz in this match.
And although it's surprising, just in general, it doesn't feel surprising here and there, having watched the match, because it does feel like Lajal's serve has been more of a factor.
Yeah, for sure. And that was a great backhand cross court that Alcaraz can't get over the net, so Lyle holds on again. He has a fairly big group of people there, it seems like, watching him, Lyle, in his box. And they look delighted as he held there. So where are we with some of the other matches we got?
Arthur Ferry's currently got a set point against Altmaier. Wawrinka's for the match against Broome. Monfils just won the third against Manorino. Kotov is serving to stay in the match against Thompson. Berrettini Fuchsovich on serve early in the fourth set.
Yeah, a bit of a shame for Berrettini if he has to, or if he's just can't get through this match just because of the injury.
Yeah, I mean, he is currently 30 live up, so hopefully he's feeling a little bit more comfortable after having some treatment.
Karolina Pliskova is up an early break against Diana Schneider. Pliskova's, how can you say, like a dangerous floater in the draw?
Well, yeah, obviously a former number one, a former finalist at Wimbledon. Also, it's a tricky draw, that is, because obviously Schneider won Bad Homburg last week. Pliskova's reached the final in Nottingham, so it's a tough one to call.
It's only just started as well, but Menchik has 2 break points in the first game of the match. So these are crucial moments here for Lyle. He gets the return. Alcaraz hits a drop shot, and it's a very good drop shot. Yeah, Altmaier taking the second set against Arthur Ferry, so they're one set each.
Yeah, he actually saved a set point there from 6-5 down in the tiebreak. And Wawrinka has beaten Charles Broome, the British wildcard, in straight sets.
Yeah, so another wild card is Liam Brody, who's going to play Botic van de Zandschulp. Although I think Botic will get through that one.
Yeah, Brody's had a few injury struggles this year. He's only just coming back into play on the tour.
Wow, that was a lovely backhand up the line there from Lajal. Just drops on the outside edge of the line. So first serve into the body, but that was a good first serve. And we go on 5-all. Alcaraz. I wonder if he's surprised at all with how Lyle's played here.
Yeah, probably a little bit. I think it's probably more surprised about how the second set's gone. I think he'd probably thought that he'd have run away with it a bit more in the second set than he has, and Lyle's really sticking with him.
Some excellent forehands there from Lyle. And he comes out on top again to make it 30-love. Yeah, definitely seems like we're going to go for another tiebreak here.
Yeah.
First serve is unreturned there from Lyle, so Monfils has gone 2-1 against Manarino. That's pretty good for him. Oh, that was a little chip return. Yeah, it was really nice from Alcaraz. He brings in that.
Currently got 3 break points of his own.
Oh, 3 break points?
Yeah, love 40 on signature serve.
Oh.
Which, to be honest, is not how I thought that match would go after seeing him laying down in some discomfort.
Yeah, that's great for him. Don't think Sinner will be too happy, but
Sinner, who is playing against Yannick Hanfmann later today.
Yeah, 2 Yannicks.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd expect. Yeah, I don't see an upset coming there. So, yeah, looking forward to the match against Berrettini. Yeah, of course, Berrettini still has to get through, but yeah.
Yeah.
Alex Mickelson serving for the second set. Disaster here for Harris. Well, that's a good chip return. That was a nice finish at the net there from Alcaraz's chases. the ball really well and gets it. Just a little dink over the net. So is this the chance for Alcaraz? Serve goes wide, or it's called wide. He's challenging Lajal. And Hawkeye confirms it was out. Oh, amazing. I mean, Lajal did well. I thought he hit his shots well and he was pushing Alcaraz, but it finished off with a ridiculous backhand slice from Alcaraz.
Yeah, it's just there's so few players that can do that.
Yeah. And it must feel very satisfying to be able to do that.
Yeah, to have that in your locker, it's crazy.
Oh, error there from Lajal into the net. So yeah, the break comes for Alcaraz, and I'd expect him now will just to serve it out. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of going as we thought, right? So Lyle's hanging in there, but we still felt that Alcaraz was going to get his opportunity and take it at some point. So
I feel like both parties will be equally satisfied. As Jordan Thompson comes through from 2 sets to love down against Pavel Kotov in over 4 hours. So it's probably more of a slog than he was expecting, but he did come through with a win in the end.
Yeah, and that's what makes these slams so tough. I mean, especially for the men, because you have to go do over 5 sets. Yeah, it would have been surprising if Thompson didn't win that. I mean, that would have been so. I mean, how is he? Yeah, he got to the semis in Queens, right? And he beat Fritz, and Holger Rune. So yeah, Holger though, he's in a bit of a. Obviously, he's dipped, right, in terms of form since he was up at like 4 in the world.
Yeah, massively.
And yeah, I'm not too sure about his prospects here, but I don't think his section. Well, he might have to face well, he probably, if he gets to the 4th round, he'll have to play Djokovic. But I'm not seeing that being much trouble for Djokovic. But there's no guarantee actually that Rune will get that far, because I mean, he does have to play. The seed in his section is Karen Khachanov.
He is susceptible to an upset. I can't remember his first round matches, but
yeah, he's playing Kwon from Korea.
Right. Yeah,
Who Kwon? You'd maybe expect Rune to get the win. Or Kwon actually leads ahead 2-0, but I mean, those matches came before Rune's rise, you know. So he's a different player now, but as I say, he's sort of gone up and down since then. It's a good first serve and lovely backhand up the line there from Alcaraz, who brings up 3 break sorry, 3 set points, I should say. Yeah, it was a pretty nice forehand cross court there, but Lajal comes into the net and can't get the ball over. So, yeah, second set to Alcaraz, 7-5. It looks like Lyle's going to go off for a break now. So, yeah, I mean, I think like he's been hanging in there with his serve that has been doing a lot of the work, right? I mean, he's been serving really well.
Yeah, I mean, other than the one loose game he has in both sets.
That's right.
After he broke, it's been pretty consistent. It's been probably the better serve out of the two. I know Alcaraz has broke more times, but I just feel like it's been more noticeable.
Mm-hmm.
It's really kept him in this match.
But I wonder if we might get a little bit of a dip now, and Alcaraz might finish off this final set a bit, or third set, I should say, like a bit quicker. But yeah, I've just seen actually the order of play for tomorrow is out. Vondrousova against Pujas Monero on first up on centre court, then Kopriva Djokovic, and then finally Murray against Thomas Makac. So I think is this confirmation that Murray is going to play, or is he going to withdraw tomorrow? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, he just said he'll leave it late, which
I mean,
understandable.
It is positive news though if he was able to. I know it's only practice, but like if he was able to come through that and apparently looked okay and obviously win the practice match, then yeah, I mean, not too bad. I mean, I think like if he's able to be competitive, he'll probably just play, right? If he can just sort of even be like, yeah, half competitive. It would be a shame for him not to play what will be his final Wimbledon.
Yeah, because even though he has doubles, I think ultimately he's a singles player, so I want to enjoy that.
There was an interesting lucky loser change because the first match up on court 16 tomorrow is Sebastian Korda against Mepeshi Pericard, which is tough first round for Korda.
I forget who Pericard lost to in qualifying, but it surprised me.
Yeah, and I mean, I kind of think like Korda. I think I maybe picked him to go far in my bracket, but then I don't know if that was was that before? Did they change it before I can't remember now, but yeah. I mean, if Peshi Pericard came through and won that, it wouldn't be that surprising, right? I mean, obviously he's got the serve that will keep him close.
And
it can be, yeah.
He's been in great form, particularly in the clay season, and I kind of expected him to advance through qualifying, but he has managed to get through it as a lucky loser, which puts Korda in a bit of a vulnerable position tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't think he'd be too pleased about that. But I mean, every match in these slams, players play tend to play well, so you can't really expect any easy matches. But
No.
yeah, I mean, Mepesi Perica in Queens, he beat. He came through qualies, beat Zizou Bergs, Vukic, and then he in the main draw he beat Shelton.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's like it's such a short season, right? The grass, so yeah, you wouldn't say those results are like ones that blow you away, because he lost to Billy Harris in the round of 16, but yeah, it's kind of just getting the match practice under your belt, and then hopefully you can bring out your best at Wimbledon. But yeah, pretty interesting. Who else is Rybakina first up on court 1, and then we've got Kobayas Baena against Zverev, and then Swiatek against Kenin. Jessica Pegula's first on number 2 court against Aisling Kruger. I think Pegula's got a good chance to even reach the final, I would say, but we'll see.
It's very well in Berlin. I did think it was a strange decision to play esport after that, but sometimes people just want to play a lot of matches, especially when obviously Pegula's had time out this year with injury. Another
tough first round match for a seed is Ostapenko against Tomljanovic.
Yes.
Tomljanovic getting in with a wild card.
Yeah. I mean, I that's obviously been a bit previous there. I think they're all powers now, but yeah, it's definitely raised a few eyebrows when it came up in the draw on Friday.
Yeah, I found the women's draw quite hard to go through, actually. I feel like there's a lot of dangerous players in there.
Yeah, I found there's a lot of first round matches, particularly that it's difficult to call. And then Swiatek is a tricky one to predict as well, because she's obviously the best player in the world, but grass is not a surface that she's massively comfortable on, and hasn't got past the quarterfinals at Wimbledon in her career. And then you've got Rebecca, who's had struggles with illness recently, but again is a former Wimbledon champion, and her game suits this surface perfectly.
Yeah, so she definitely still has a great chance for back now. Perhaps that's who I would make a favourite now, but I'm not entirely sure.
I think Rebecca and Goff are the two standouts for me. I think there's less question marks over Goff. Yeah, there's less question marks over Goff for me than Rebecca, because you just don't know how she's feeling.
Yeah, I mean, obviously she withdrew from the previous 2 tournaments. Basically, she was ill, right?
Yeah, and that's been quite a common occurrence recently, which is a bit worrying, really.
Well, it's traveling around all the time and playing all these matches. It can actually take a toll on players' health. So, I mean, you get players getting like shingles and this kind of thing. It's like this, and like
And when the tour's so relentless, it's hard sometimes to actually fully get rid of these illnesses, and because you feel like you should be playing this tournament and then preparing for this big tournament, and it's pretty relentless, non-stop.
That was an error there from Lajal, so he challenges, but I think it was just out. And this is a chance for an early break for Alcaraz, and we kind of thought maybe this might happen. Oh, it's just out.
And our producer has done the job for us and found out who the other Estonian male was to make Wimbledon singles draw, and it was Jürgen Zopp.
How could yeah. How did I forget?
He played Wimbledon back in, well, he's actually played it 3 times. 2012, 2013 and 2014, losing every time in the first round. And I mean, it's too early to say, but I would think it's definitely possible that Lajal becomes the first Estonian man to win a match at Wimbledon.
Right.
He's obviously had a bit of a rough draw here, but it'd been a big test for anyone else, I'd imagine.
Backhand cross-court winner there from Alcaraz to bring up the second break point. Yeah, Jürgen Zopp. I do remember him. He reached the third round at the French Open in 2018.
As Matteo Berrettini actually comfortably comes through that third set, 6-1, to put himself in the second round despite having a bit of a back issue.
Good for him. And Alcaraz does get that break, so I've got a feeling, yeah, he might turn the screw here and get this wrapped up a bit quicker than the previous two. I'm just going to take a quick break.
Yeah, no worries. Just to look at some of the scores around the ground, we've got obviously Berrettini just beat Fuchsovic in 4 sets. Monfils is on serve in the 4th set with Manarino, his compatriot, but he is 2 sets to 1 up. Alexander Muller is just 1 game away from being gassed on, but it is on serve in the 3rd set. Brett Arthur Ferry, wildcard, is a set apiece without Mayer, but is a breakup in the 3rd as we get underway in this second game of the 3rd set. And Alcaraz is now 30 level after hitting a nice forehand, which Lajal could not deal with. That graphic just showing how dominant Alcaraz has been in the last few games, winning 16 of the last 20 points.
Yeah, and Lyle just sending that backhand long. So Alcaraz holds to love, and we'll see if Alcaraz can step up on return here. Harris went up a break against Mickelson in that third set, but he's facing the break point. So we've got another second serve here for Lyle. Well done down the middle. So that was an ace there. Lyle still only hit one double fault, and that was obviously the crucial set point in the first set, wasn't it?
Yes. So it's been pretty consistent on his serve.
It was a great first serve.
Ashley in the comments asking who's doing Emma's match against. Well, it's now Zarazua, I believe. I could be wrong, but is it you and John?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, me and John. Oh, that was a good return winner there from Alcaraz.
I suppose it's got complete with a change of opponent for Emma Raducanu.
Yes, Ashley Sabalenka withdrew because of her shoulder injury. Yeah, that's a big news of the day, really.
Yeah.
Yep, and a lucky loser moves in. Who was it? The lucky loser? It was
Erika Andreeva.
Yeah, Erika Andreeva. Yeah.
So it's a big opportunity for either Amina Bektas or Erika Andreeva.
Amina Bektas has been playing some of the ITF events out in Asia. I think she won like a couple of titles out here.
Yeah, I feel like I remember seeing that in Japan. I think it was.
And yeah, she's sort of been keeping her ranking there within the top 100. So yeah, just sort of keeping within slam reach basically. So
yeah.
So perhaps she could win, but it's not. Yeah, I don't know. Erika Andreeva could go either way.
I believe Erika Andreeva lost her final qualifying match to Brit Sonny Cartel.
Right.
And speaking of Brits, Arthur Ferry is now 2-1 up over Daniel Altmaier.
Yeah, Arthur Ferry. So yeah, he's done pretty well. I was trying to remember, like, he played at Wimbledon before, didn't he?
I feel like he lost to Medvedev last year in the first round, which obviously is not a bad loss.
Yeah.
So how's Alcaraz looking out there today? He's looking, I'd say good. It's definitely not his best performance, but at the same time, a lot of credit's got to be given to Lajal. So I think there's basically a lot of room for improvement, but he's always looked like he's going to win Alcaraz.
Yeah, Alcaraz. Yeah, I mean, it didn't start that well, but of course, Lyle's been playing great. He hasn't, apart from the crucial moments, maybe near the end of the set, he hasn't really wobbled, and he's been amazing behind his serve, and he's looked pretty crafty when he's been in some of the bigger exchanges. So I don't think this is any bad signs there for Alcaraz, and also he's taken his chances when he could. So, and perhaps this final set's going to go a bit easier. So that was a lovely little drop volley there, finished at the net from Alcaraz. So perhaps he's going to break here again. It wouldn't surprise me. But Lyle's been serving so well, but there might be a chance where he, it's only natural. Sometimes you have a dip, right? So, and I feel like Alcaraz will be waiting for that.
Ashley asking about Raducanu's new opponent, Zarazua. I don't know a great deal about her. I know that she has never won a tour level match on grass, so obviously it's her first appearance at Wimbledon as well in the main draw. I don't know who she lost to in qualifying, so I'll have a quick check.
It was Kessler.
Right, he lost to Sakari this morning.
Yeah, and it was quite a big win for Sakari. What was it, like 6-3, 6-1, or was it, or something?
Yeah, it was pretty comfortable, which is what someone like Sakari needs at slams at the moment.
Yeah, you can't look at that as anything other than a sort of it's good for Raducanu. I mean,
yeah,
and also like you say that she's not won. I mean, she won a couple of matches on grass here in qualies, right? But Zarazua, but it's not only that; it's also playing now on centre court. That's a big thing.
Yeah,
and you do wonder how she's going to handle that. So
it's similar, I suppose, to Lajal. It's a completely new experience.
Yeah, although Lyle did actually come through the qualies and pretty well, and he's carried that forward. So,
and I suppose Raducanu will have full support behind her in centre court. You would expect.
Lyle looks in disbelief that ball was in. It was like a millimeter. A little chance here though for Alcaraz. He'll get a look at a second serve. Oh, Lyle was going pretty big there. It was 104 miles an hour, but he sends that serve down the middle long. So Alcaraz has 2 break points. But first serve out wide, an ace. So he saves 1 break point here. First serve let. Good. The first serve's in this time. It's returned by Alcaraz. Alcaraz hits a drop shot. And Lyle fails to get it over the net. So double break for Alcaraz. And you got to feel now that's essentially the set gone and the match.
It does sort of feel that way. I kind of was expecting this to happen in the second set, but it's happened now for the third, and it does feel like Alcaraz is well on his way to playing. I don't know if he knows his opponent yet. I can't remember who he would play.
Yeah, but I don't think it's. If anything, I think so Alcaraz is he's a third seed, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he'll play either Vukic or Offner. Actually, not that easy.
No, both have done well last week.
Yeah.
I think Offner was in the Mallorca final and Vukic in the Eastbourne semis.
But nonetheless, matches that I'd still expect him to get through. I would say perhaps Offner could maybe give him a bit of a better game, but yeah.
Yeah.
And Gaumont Fils up a break at 5-3 in the fourth set. So that looks like it could be a great result for him against Mannarino. I think I picked Mannarino. Well, yeah, Mannarino to get the win there. So and Zizou Berg's 2 sets down against Arthur Cazot. So disappointing for him. Obviously, he's been having a good year. I mean, came through qualies, came through well, came through comfortably in the final match against Yevseyev. And there was a nice serve, 1-2 with a forehand again from Alcaraz. First serve from Alcaraz, returned but then hit with a ends in an error from Alcaraz with a forehand, but good serve out wide. And Alcaraz takes it 5-1. So just one game away from a straight sets victory.
It's been a fairly comfortable third set, really. Lajal not really inflicted the same sort of damage as he had been in the first 2 sets, but still a lot to be proud of in his first Grand Slam main draw appearance.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I think though as well, it's been a good workout, hasn't it, for Alcaraz?
Yeah.
Wow. And now Alcaraz stepping up. That was a very powerful forehand up the line. And that was the 24th forehand winner of this match for Alcaraz. gets a look at a second serve, but he hits it long, so 15-40. Well, Lajal still showing the quality he has. An amazing forehand inside out cross court that Alcaraz, well, forces an error from Alcaraz, and he still holds on, so he's 30 all. First serve from Lajal. Forehand. Nice little point, but Alcaraz finishes it off with the overhead, and Alcaraz has a match point. Oh, well, it was a good first serve, but returned well by Alcaraz, and a good exchange, but it ends in a wild forehand error from Alcaraz, so back to deuce. Lajal holds on, and there's a big cheer there for him from the crowd, so yeah, he's going to have to make Alcaraz serve it out.
He did well there. I feel like he's really just sort of, he's got a bit of a smile on his face, enjoying the crowd, enjoying the experience at the moment. Because
Yeah,
you never know if you're going to get this again. So
yeah, I mean, it's been a great effort, yeah, really, because I mean, how many times, yeah, we see guys come through in this big match like this, even if they have, you know, some decent weapons, they'll, you know, they more or less, you know, they can freeze, or as soon as they go down a break, then they start making errors and all that. But he's hung in there really well, and the first two sets were really competitive.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and he's got to be thinking now, you know, he's come through a tough player in Duckworth. He came through in straight sets, and obviously to put in this kind of performance to be competitive against Alcaraz, the defending champion here, he must be thinking, you know, I've got a ability to, you know, actually go on and start winning more matches, and he's got to go back to the Challenger Tour and showing it on a more consistent basis. But First serve from Alcaraz is out. Second serve's in. Oh, it's a double fault. Goes into the net. Our serve goes wide from Alcaraz. And it is returned by Lajal. And a long exchange here. It opens up, but Lajal sends the forehand cross-court well wide. So 30-15 Alcaraz. And yeah, we weren't seeing many of those kind of wild errors at all earlier in the match from Lajal. But obviously, I think it feels like he's got to go for it now.
Yeah, I think so. That is down to Alcaraz stepping up in this third set and taking more of the initiative.
Serve return. Oh, the inside out forehand. Lovely winner there from Lajal. With David Beckham watching on. First serve after the let, that was way long from Alcaraz. So Lajal gets a look at another second serve. But it's into the body and Lajal sends it out. So second match point here for Alcaraz. Can he take it this time? First serve goes wide. Another second serve. So where's it going to go? Going out wide. Returned, and that was finished off well though by Alcaraz. So it finishes off the match 7-6, 7-5, 6-2. Nice embrace there at the net between the two players.
I feel like the outcome is what we expected, but maybe not as close. The actual set scores, but I think both could take positives from this match.
Yeah, and in the end, Alcaraz's quality shone through. But good for the centre court crowd to get a little bit of entertainment, because it was pretty entertaining.
Yeah.
And it would be expect him. Hopefully, he's going to kick on in the challengers and get up the rankings.
Yeah, because I feel like he's the sort of player that if he did close in on that top 100, he could test the players in the top 100. It's just getting yourself into the position to play those players.
Yeah. And you feel like as well, get back into Wimbledon, you can hopefully end up with an easier first round than Alcaraz. You can maybe go on a bit of a run.
Yeah. Could have been much worse in terms of that.
big moments here for Lloyd Harris because he's the third set. They're in a tie break.
And also big moments for Alcaraz's next opponent because it's currently 9-8 to Offner in the tiebreak in the first set with Vukic.
Oh, wow. And Alexander Shevchenko's coming back against Hugo Humbert. Took the second set and is up a break in the third set. So that's a potential upset there. I think some people predicted that one. And Jakub Mensik up a break in the second set against Bublik. I mean, Mensik obviously got incredible potential. The youngest player in the top 100, I think.
I would say it's pretty likely, yeah. I can't think of anyone younger than him.
Yeah, so I think from Carlos Alcaraz's point of view, though, it's going to be it's pretty positive for him. I think that he's, had a competitive match. It's allowed him to play some good points and get into some good rallies that get that feeling back on grass, and obviously coming through in straight sets. I mean, I don't know how long the match was. It wasn't too long, so
Probably just over 2 hours, I would say.
Yeah. I think if I'm an Alcaraz fan, though, I'm fairly content with that.
Yeah, it's kind of, there was never much jeopardy, and he dealt with all the little situations he had to.
Yeah, and for him, potentially was it, Vukic or Offner. Offner's actually won that first set, so that's 11-9 in the tie break. I think that will be, it can be tricky, but it's also a match that that Alcaraz really should handle, and as I said, well, there's a chance actually that he could meet Tiafoe in the third round. Tiafoe or him or Chorich, yeah.
Both players need wins.
Yeah. I don't see much troubling him, and potentially Humbert might be going out as well, so that maybe just makes things easier for him. I think, the first real test for Alcaraz will going to come probably in the quarters against Tommy Paul, but we'll see. Yeah, and then I don't really see any of these players being able to actually be. I know Tiafoe maybe in the past when he was playing better, he maybe could have given him a good game, but I'm not feeling that confident at this moment in time.
No, I think, to be honest, for Tiafoe, third round would be pretty decent, especially after being 2 sets down today.
And Naomi Osaka's, I don't even kind of forgot to look at
she's a setup but a breakdown, I believe.
Yeah, but she does have a break back point.
She does. The first set was 6-1 to Osaka.
So are we gonna end up the stream?
Yeah, I believe so. I guess you're going to hop over onto the one with with John covering Emma Raducanu next on centre court.
Yeah. Okay.
That's good. Good to discuss everything with this match.
Yep. Good opening match there
Good.
for centre court.
Yeah. Enjoy the next one.
Yep. Cheers.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.